released just in time for the month of love, multi-award-winning South African artist Bongeziwe Mabandla explores love's imperfections through his new single titled Noba Bangathini. The much-anticipated new music taps into love's frontiers in moving depth and also sets precedence to what to expect from the musos' forthcoming album. Now, Bongeziwe Mabandla is in studio with us this morning to give us a taste of his fresh project. Bongeziwe, very good morning. Good to see you again. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
It's an absolute pleasure. Now, first of all, Noba Bangathini, just take us through that song.
Yeah, this is the first single from my up-and-coming album, which I think is going to come through in April. And it's really about sort of having a separation and trying to rebuild.
Yeah.
And I'm
Personally,
excited.
what does it mean to you?
This song, yeah, I think it means the same for me. It's really about, you know, recommitting to something that is special to you and giving a second chance to something that is sort of like special to you. Yeah.
You know, Bongeziwe, the whole concept of love is has got a very personal and complex meaning. So what is it that you're trying to highlight through this song?
I guess I was definitely trying to highlight the beauty of love and how special love is. I think, you know, I think that's why a lot of my new songs are love songs, is because love is such a powerful force, and you know, it's such a big part of being a human being is experiencing love. Yeah. Was
it intentional that you decided to focus on love on this particular project?
Yeah, it was. I think this album is I guess side B of my previous album, Imini. I thought it was too early to write about a different subject. Okay. But I think on my next album, I'm definitely gonna focus on a different subject.
Right.
Yeah.
Got you. Now, take us through the process of making this project. What went through, you know, the whole process of writing and then ultimately implementing?
Yeah, this project was very different because I actually wrote it and started recording during lockdown. So we did a lot of virtual recordings, which I'd never really done. But I did spend some time in Maputo putting it together. Yeah, it was very different because of the lockdown and not being able to be at the same place with the guys I work with. So it was a bit challenging and yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk about that creative urge that you and Tiago Correira Paulo embarked on while working on this project.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, there were a lot of challenges in this subject, and we had to, I guess, in a way, find new ways of doing things. Yes. A lot of it was written like in my room by myself on guitar, then sending the guitar over to Maputo, and then kind of adding the instruments without me being there and kind of just hearing back everything and then making changes like that. So it's not really how we worked on previous projects.
Now, just let's talk about the experience that we will feel when listening to it. What is it that you want us to feel while listening to the song?
I hope people get to see themselves. I think that's the beauty of music, where you can see your own life in somebody else's story. And I think music has got that really special way of making us as human beings understand that, you know, we're so much more alike than we are different. Yeah.
So when writing a song, what really goes through your mind?
Writing a song, I guess I also want to impact a similar message. I want to get into that familiarity of human beings, like what is it that I'm going through that I know some other people are going through. That's basically changing the subject. But yeah, I guess it involves trying to express from my own life and trying to be as honest as possible and trying to look for the important words that I guess create a picture or create a story.
Yeah. Well, in as much as you are a lyrical genius, a musical genius, as it were, so in terms of impacting lives, so how far does your music go?
Yeah, you know, I would say a lot of the people that have listened to my music, you know, I was playing yesterday at Con Hill. Yeah, people like get very emotional about songs. You know, a lot of people say, you know, I would say things like, this song reminds me of my late mother that I lost 2 years ago. Or, you know, I listened to your album when I was going through a divorce and it helped me. So sometimes, you know, simple songs can impact people's lives in such a way that you didn't even, I guess, intend to as the artist.
And then in terms of, producing hit after hit, well, but of course you are.
I'm not sure.
So what about the creative flavors? Do you apply the same creative flavors in each song that you produce, or each and every song has got its own particular or different style, or do you apply the same style in each and every song?
No, I think each song, it requires something else, I actually work with Diago, who doesn't speak isiXhosa, so a lot of it is really translating the emotion of the song, Is this a sad song? So you definitely use different instruments and maybe less drums to create. And where a song is really happy, it involves a lot of drums, a lot of bass. So yeah, each song has a certain mood and a certain aspects about it that are different.
And I guess music, as we both know, is a universal language. Because even if you don't know the lyrics, but you can also bask in the glory of the majesty of that song. I mean, we have the likes of Oliver Mtukudzi. I can't even hear a word he says, but we absolutely enjoy that music.
Yeah, and also for the same for me, I play in so many countries where they don't speak isiXhosa, but I'm lucky that people can feel my music, and I think that is the power of music. And Oliver Mtukudzi is a great example about not only understanding the language, but understanding the emotion of a song.
Yeah, and you just mentioned that you perform in non-Xhosa speaking or understanding countries. So is that a quest to export your music to the global platform? Yeah,
that's what I've been working at and doing it for a few years. I play a lot in Europe, and soon we're going to Mexico for the first time. So that is always the plan, is to be a worldwide musician.
Right. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Great chatting to you.
Thank you.
Good stuff. Well, that's multi-award winning South African artist Bongeziwe Mabandla, and he's been speaking to us about his recently dropped single, Noba Bangathini.